We've never seen a character more based than this. One that looks at humanity unfazed. The one who walks towards the masses, making the decisions they hate, but he can shrug it off. I curated a definitive pack of the most based characters in cinema history, and I think I found it. I think I found the one. This is the most definitive list of based characters ever, and the one, the only, is one who supersedes all. When I was a child, I used to think James Bond was the pinnacle of baseness in character history. I thought he was the most based character of all time. I've grown up since then. Not to say he isn't based, but he doesn't even come close. He is the tip of the iceberg of baseness. I used to think Wolverine was one of the most based characters ever. Hell no. I'm not going to put Daredevil on this list. He should be, but I'm not going to put him on this list because I'm biased. He's probably my favorite superhero of all time. So people are going to get mad at me if I put him in there. So he's not going to be there, all right? Now, what does based mean? Okay, when we use the word based, we talk about people who are real. Not just badass, but real, not caring what others think. Not caring about being politically correct. That's a big one, right? In my opinion, the term based is the opposite of cringe, the opposite of try hard, okay? Think of that character that was shoved into that movie for no reason, that was really, really cringe and ruined the whole thing. A based person is the opposite of that. They make the movie. They steal everything. They steal every scene they're in. Patrick Bateman is not based. I need to get this out of the way quickly, because a lot of people think this dude's a Sigma male, Chad based. This dude hires hookers to sleep with him every other night before trying to bang them, before trying to kill them, having fantasies of murdering them. He has an addiction to the P word, P content. I can't talk about it because I'll get demonetized if I say the actual word. It rhymes with horn. He has an addiction to that, uses substances, all that kind of stuff. This dude's a psychopathic weirdo, okay? He's not based, all right? Now, I'm not saying the based person has to be a good guy. Good does not mean based necessarily, but in my opinion, a based character is necessary. They're necessary in whatever content they're in, okay? They don't have to be. There's some good guys on this list, but some of them are villains of the story, okay? Now, we gotta do some honorable mentions because I know I'm gonna miss out a few. People's favorite based character I might miss out on, but I'm gonna do an honorable mention. We're gonna run through these, okay? Dutch from Predator, badass. We already know. You don't even need me to explain to you why he's based, okay? Han Solo. Celine from Underworld. No, I'm not just putting in here because she's hot and I love Kate Beckinsale Prime. No, she's based. She's more based as a vampire than any of the vampire characters in Vampire Diaries, okay? Mr. Blaine himself from Casablanca. He invented based, for God's sakes. Tony Soprano. Terrible human being. Shit father, some would say. But based character. You have to give him it. Tony Soprano, again, this dude's a cokehead, right? So I am kind of biased putting him here because I'm a cokehead as well, but based, terrible human being, never tried to look up to these people, okay? Just saying that. Joe from Blade Runner, a movie where you know you're not the main character. That's what his character is. He finds out he's not the main character, even though he's been thinking he is, and he sacrifices himself for the main character. Not a lot of people will do that, man. Based. Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally the main character of the show. I don't care what anyone says, he is based. Some people consider him the villain. Some people consider him one of the biggest haters in fiction. No. He was hated on by everyone. The writers, everyone. He is based. Do I even need to talk about why this dude's based? Alright, Die Hard has one of the most based main characters in fiction. This guy's taking on terrorists every other day of the week and acting like it's not a big deal, okay? Indiana Jones. Dude, this guy owns this list. Okay? Harrison Ford owns this list. Indiana Jones is one of the base characters of all time. Ellen Ripley, she told an entire corporation of idiots to go fuck themselves because they wouldn't stop coming after a xenomorph, alright? Sarah Connor in any of the movies, but in her show too, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, okay? Sherlock Holmes. I prefer RDJ Sherlock to Benedict Cumberbatch. So I know a lot of people are about to think I'm wild for saying that, but I do, okay? The Sherlock show is a bit overrated in my opinion. And RDJ's Sherlock Holmes, based, okay? Guts from Berserk, one of the most basic anime characters of all time. Johann Lieberton from Monster, one of the most base psycho villains of all time. Terrible human being, you don't even want to talk about him. In fact, I probably should have put Heath Ledger's Joker if I'm putting some character like this in this list, but we can't be putting too many psychos on this list, right? That's not what base is supposed to be, right? Michael from Godfather. You can't have a base list without mentioning him. Van Helsing. Nobody wants to talk about how base this dude is. This is my favorite role of Hugh Jackman's, to be honest. Soldier Boy. Some people are asking, why the hell did you not put Soldier Boy on the actual list here? Why is he only an honorable mention? He's not a good dude. He's not the greatest dude of all time. This guy's entire legacy is kind of fraudulent, if we think about it, right? Career-wise. But he's based. He's a tiny bit of a bigot. Some people will consider that being based. I don't agree at all. That's stupid. But he's based. You can't take it away from him. He is based. Denzel Washington's character, I can't remember any names. Denzel Washington's character from Safe House. Nobody mentions this Denzel Washington character. People mention Alonzo, all these other terrible shitbags that he plays, right? But no one wants to mention him, the CIA assassin who can kill people, not a great guy, but he basically exposed an entire goddamn government. This is one of the most badass characters of all time. Rewatch Safe House if you don't believe me. This is one of my favorite Denzel Washington roles, okay? Cottonmouth from Luke Cage. No one talks about this dude. He's so based. When they kill them off in Luke Cage, the halfway into the first season they killed him off. The show fell off a cliff afterwards. He made the show. This man is the reason that show was even watchable. Okay? Now we get to the top dogs, the real dogs, right? The bride from Kill Bill. If you are annoyed about how female characters are written nowadays, this is your answer. This is one of the best, two of the best vengeance films ever, revenge films. This is a based ass female, okay? John Wick. Some people are gonna ask, why is he so low on the list? Because John Wick's character is a literal MacGuffin, right? This dude knows at some point he just can't die, all right? So I can't really put, there are some characters who are even beyond that I'm gonna mention. But John Wick has to be put on this list because he's a stoic-based Chad, okay? Tommy Shelby, a man who's living on borrowed time, literally has his own gangster empire and tries to be a politician at the same time. Literally wants to off himself every 2 seconds. If you're based, you have to be a little depressed. That's a rule of the cinema, okay? He's the most depressed character on this list, arguably, okay? Leonidas, unlike John Wick, who knows he can't die, going into every fight. Leonidas knows him and his 300 soldiers are going into a losing battle. They know they're about to die, but he's like, I'm going to make a god king bleed. I don't know how historically accurate the 300 is to what actually happened to the Spartans, and I'm pretty sure the Spartans were fucking each other when they were away from their family. I think this is actually a confirmed fact, but in the movie, Leonidas is as based as they get. This man threw a spear at Xerxes like he was nothing, running at 7,000 people that create a stampede when they march. Man, this is one of Zack Snyder's best films. Raymond Reddington, I think, from Blacklist. He is a better Ultron than Ultron was in Age of Ultron. This dude, calm, stoic, intelligent, charismatic, anything you need. He's very kind and courteous before he kills or tortures and maims you. Sociopath of the highest order. Everything about him is a lie. But he's the most intelligent, calm man in the room. This is a thing. You don't want a crazy dude who's just a bigot and going crazy on people and being loudmouth. No, you want a crazy dude who's like nice, you know? Very confident, charismatic. That's exactly what this dude is. This is one of my favorite. This is one of James Spader's best. Arguably, you could say it is his best, most iconic role. He is a better Ultron in this show than he was in the fucking movie. Denzel Washington's character. I don't remember names. Denzel Washington's character from American Gangster. Everyone mentions Tony Soprano and Michael, and Tony Montana. Nobody mentions this dude from American Gangster. He was based on a real life person, but still. Frank Lucas, I remembered his name, yes. Frank Lucas. Yes, he's not a good man. He literally started a heroin empire that destroyed every black person in the city. But if you look at the way he speaks, the way he acts, the way he carries himself, he is a man you would want to be outside of the fact that he's a bad person. Okay? The way he talks, the way he gets his wife, the way he talks to his underlings, the way he talks to the corrupt cops that are trying to freaking threaten him. Tells him, he literally threatens that I'm gonna blow your fucking house up. He's that guy. He is the definition of that guy, Frank Lucas. Watch American Gangster if you don't believe me, right? He literally murders Idris Elba on the street like it's nothing in front of a bunch of witnesses and they can't do shit about it. That's based. Hannibal Lecter. Again, not a good guy. Psychopath of the highest order. I don't want to glorify psychopaths, but I'm gonna be honest. Every time this man speaks about philosophy, politics, religion, God, he's dropping truth bombs. He's dropping truth bombs of philosophy while cooking people. He's a cannibal who talks to you about the nature of existence. And he can outsmart everyone in the room. Nobody can get to him. He's 10 steps ahead of everyone. This guy's a bad motherfucker. I made a whole video about Hannibal. This dude's based, okay? Now we're gonna get to the epic ones. The ones that make you wanna, the ones that make you wanna shout, pump your chest, okay? Reacher. Jack Reacher. He might look like a dumb footballer jock, but he can he can outsmart you in any way. Not only can he beat your ass like Wilson Fisk, he can throw you 10 miles away, but he can outsmart you. He's very kind, courteous. He doesn't have any of the issues of these other base people that we talk about. He's one of the better dudes on the list. He's one of the few good dudes on the list. He's a hero. He's a badass. The way he talks, everything he says is like a one-liner. And he doesn't give a fuck. He'll just walk up to you and slap the shit out of you if he wants to. He's not a wuss. He doesn't care about what people think about him. He's one of the most base characters ever. Marv, Sin City. Marv, I will make an argument that Marv might be the coolest character in fiction, okay? He's ugly as fuck. Ugly as shit. And a hooker hooks up with him. Very good looking hooker hooks up with him, gives him sex, right? Everything he wants. And he thanks her for that. How did you thank her? By avenging her death. She gets killed brutally by Frodo Baggins, and he goes to hunt him down, kills his way to the truth until he uncovers like this weird church/government conspiracy, right? It is one of the coolest stories ever, him in Sin City. The way he discards police officers that are corrupt, the way he kills people, but he does it with a heart of gold. He's a good dude despite being a killer. That's what you love about Marv. And his personality is so chill. He's the most laid-back guy ever. Badass. He's also a bit fucked up too, because he's a bit mentally unstable, but we don't need to go into that, okay? V! Remember how badass this dude was. He took on an entire government. He is the revolutionary you would want to get behind. This man is dropping bars every single time, rhyming every word, making them all sound with the same letter, for God's sakes. This man makes a baddie in Natalie Portman one of his people. He converts her because of how badass he is. Destroys an entire oppressive government. He's also enhanced too. I'm pretty sure he's a superhuman, but still. Best badass fighter, quotable lines, quotable speeches. He's the dude you want leading your army at all times if you're going to war, okay? Bradley Thomas from Brawl and Cell Block 99. I'm going to be honest. This is one of the most underrated, overlooked films of all time. If you want an action film that's brutal, dark, but gritty and realistic, this is it. This is it. He plays a character whose wife has just cheated on him. He's lost his goddamn job, but he still pulls himself back to the rubble, starts working for a gangster who deals in drugs, gets pretty much fucking almost set up, gets thrown in jail, and then the gangsters that he was dealing with are now threatening his wife and kid, saying, yo, if you want, you're in prison now for the rest of your life. The deal was he'd be in prison for 4 years, then he got extended to 7 years, and now these rival gangsters are saying, no. We're going to kill your wife and her unborn child if you don't kill this one dude in prison for us. And he knows if he's going to kill this one dude in prison for them, he's in there forever. Solitary confinement forever. And this is one of the worst prisons of all time. But he finds a way to destroy all of them. He is the most brutal dude of all time. Just watch Brawl and Cell Block 99. You probably never heard of this character before. He is one of the most badass motherfuckers of all time. Watch it. You're going to see how you're going to see what this dude sacrifices for his family. That's what every man should aspire to be. Eric Draven, the Crow. Not only is he a vengeful spirit that kills people, no, he helps society too. He gets a heroin-addicted mother, bleeds the heroin out of her wrist and says drugs are bad for you. He's teaching you lessons while killing you. You have to give Eric Draven props. I've made a whole video on the Crow. Maximus, Iridius, Caesar, whatever the hell his name is. The ideal man. That's what he is, the ideal man. He's a good man, cares about his family more than being a glory hunter, a glory chaser, right? Destroys Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker himself, in a gladiator match, destroys multiple gladiators, and all he wants is revenge. He doesn't care about clout or any of that. He doesn't let the ego get to him. He is the ideal man, all right? Wolf, I get it. He's an alien. Is he even allowed on this list? Yes. Because Wolf, as a predator, came down to Earth when there's a million xenomorphs swarming, and there's a goddamn Predillion, one of the strongest beings in the alien universe, coming after him. And he still takes his mask off, takes his gear off, and says, come on, bitch. Walks that bitch down with his hand. He gets his ass whipped a little bit too by the Predillion, but still, walks him down. Grabs two xenomorphs. You know how powerful xenomorphs are, right? Grabs them like this. Each hand. I made a whole video. He also runs through women in this too. You'll know what I mean when you watch the video I made on Wolf. Badass, okay? Now these are the ones we can't forget. These are the top dogs. Top of the top. The front man, Squid Game. A man whose philosophy is proven right every single day. He's created the game where people will kill each other, do things that'll get them killed just for money. We all know what Squid Game is, right? He views humanity as pathetic, and he's a bad person morally for doing this, but he views humanity as pathetic. He has a streamline into the elites too. But his philosophy is a little bit based, because humanity is pathetic and stupid. They make stupid decisions. They don't know what's good for them, and he's proof of it. He basically kind of has Heath Ledger's Joker's philosophy, but he's a bit less chaotic. He's more systemized about these things, and he literally becomes a member of the Squid Game, one of the contestants, just to see if he's right or wrong, just to see if our main character can actually oppose his ideology, which is proven. He kind of gets proven right at the end of the day. He is one of the most badass characters, badass villains ever, by the way. Squid Game Season 2 is awesome. Watch it. Do I even have to explain? Jack Sparrow is one of the funnest characters to watch. One of the most badass, funny, one-liner dudes ever. Okay? This dude responds to criticism the way everyone should. He doesn't take himself too seriously at all. That is based. I've never seen a character this based, except for the main guy. I've never seen a character this based. Okay? I love Jack Sparrow. You already know. Aragorn from Lord of the Rings should lead the world. If there's a president of the world, it's Aragorn. If you want to give someone the keys to the kingdom, it's Aragorn, the most virtuous man of all time. He's the ideal man. No one comes close to him. And yes, he is one of the few good people on this list, but there is one that is more based than all of them. And a lot of people are going to get mad at me. A lot of people will be very happy because this guy I believe he is in one of the most underrated shows ever. Brave from Mr. In-Between. Don't leave! Do not leave. Listen to me. An Australian show about a family, a normal dude. That's the thing about this dude. All the other people I've mentioned, they're either superhumans or superheroes or super assassins, blah, 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 blah. There's something crazy about them, right? He's a normal ass dude who's just trying to take care of his family, has a life with his daughter, right? He has friends who are idiots, who literally get caught watching porn, I'm going to say that, and their wives catch them, and they blame it on Ray, and they ask Ray to cover for them, and he does, because he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't take it seriously. He doesn't take life seriously. But he's also an assassin. Not a John Wick level assassin, just a normal assassin who knows how to fight and shoot guns. He kills people, and he'll do whatever you want to if you pay him enough. He's a very simple man. There isn't like, oh, I have this, there's this logic and that logic and all this, and no, I'll make an exception for this. No. He's simple. Don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. Pay me and I'll do what you want me to do. Pay me right. That's it. He's a man of his word. That's what's so based about him. His personality is calm, cool, collected until you fuck with him, and then he won't give a shit. He'll do whatever he wants to you. And the final scene of the show, spoiler alert, the final scene of the show is these two psychopaths do this thing where they get into Taxi Rider's car and get told the taxi driver to drive them somewhere, and they make them drive into the middle of nowhere in a forest, and then they kill the taxi driver brutally. And they try to do this to Ray, because Ray quits his assassin life. And when he finds out what they're doing, they've stopped the car and they're about to kill him. Ray breaks the fourth wall and smiles, because he's about to fuck these boys up. It is one of the most base scenes in history. Mr. In-Between is one of the best shows of all time. Well, it's 10 out of 10 show. Watch it. That is it. If you want to know why Hannibal Lecter is a badass, watch this video here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.